Welcome to the Explainer. You know, the entire AI world seems to be split right down the middle by one huge question. When you're building your next big thing, do you use an open source language model or a closed proprietary one? Today, we are breaking down that exact choice. Okay, let's frame this with an analogy that makes a lot of sense. Choosing an AI model, it's kind of like choosing a car. Are you looking for a ready-to-drive, high-performance sedan straight from the factory? Or do you want a kit car with all the parts laid out so you can build and tune the perfect vehicle all by yourself? Before we can even pick our car, we've got to understand the engine, right? So at their core, large language models, or LLMs, are these incredibly powerful AIs trained on just unimaginable amounts of data. Their whole job is to understand and generate text. I mean, they're the brains behind pretty much all the chatbots and tools we're all starting to use every single day. So let's explore our first option, the open path. This is the world of open source models. Think of this as the path where you are firmly in the driver's seat, with total and complete control over the machine. So what does open really mean in this context? Well, it's not just that it's free to use. It means you get the whole shebang, the complete blueprint. The source code, the model weights, which you can think of as the AI's learned knowledge, all the billions of tiny adjustments it's made, it's all public. You can literally take it, change it, and run it on your own servers. And the advantages here? Well, they're all about freedom and control. You can fine-tune the model on your own specific data to make it an expert in your field. You can run it locally, which, let me tell you, is a massive win for privacy and security. Plus, you completely avoid being locked into one company's ecosystem, and you don't have to worry about those recurring API fees racking up. But, and this is a big but, that freedom comes with some pretty serious responsibilities. You're going to need some powerful and, frankly, expensive hardware. We're talking high-end GPUs. The performance might not be as blazing fast as the commercial versions, and you're often on your own when it comes to putting in safety features and guardrails. So who are the heavy hitters in this open source arena? Well, you've got tech giants like Meta, Google, and even Microsoft releasing incredibly powerful open models, and it's driving amazing innovation. For a company like Meta, it's a brilliant strategic play. If you make the software a commodity, your hardware and platforms become even more essential. And you've almost certainly heard of names like Llama and Mistral by now. All right, now let's cross the road and check out our second option, the closed or proprietary path. Let's go back to our car analogy. Think of this as the luxury sedan option, where peak performance and total convenience are the main selling points. You can really think of this as AI as a service. A company, like OpenAI or Anthropic, owns the model, maintains it, and is constantly improving it. You don't get the blueprints. Instead, you pay for access through something called an API. So you're not buying the car, you're just paying to use its incredible performance whenever you need it. The main draw here is just undeniable. You get state-of-the-art results right out of the box. These models are typically the most powerful and the most accurate on the market. They're incredibly easy to use since you don't need any special hardware, and they come with really robust safety features and customer support. But that convenience, it definitely has its price. You pay for every single bit of information you process, every token, and that can get expensive fast. The model itself is a black box, meaning you don't really know exactly how it works under the hood. You have to trust the provider with your data, and you run the risk of becoming totally dependent on a single company's technology. And the brands behind these powerful, ready-to-drive models are probably ones you know very well. Names like OpenAI's GPT-4o and Anthropic's Claude 3 are constantly leading the pack, just pushing the absolute boundaries of what's possible with AI. Okay, so we've got two very different paths, two very different philosophies. How in the world do you actually decide which one is the right fit for your project? This chart really lays out the core trade-offs perfectly. If you need full customization and ironclad privacy, open source is your clear winner, no question. But if you're chasing the absolute best performance and you don't want any hardware headaches, proprietary is the way to go. It all just comes down to your project's biggest priorities. So the crucial point is this. You have to match the model's strengths to your needs. Let's say you're a startup trying to build a prototype as fast as possible. A proprietary API gets you up and running in minutes. But if you're a healthcare company dealing with super sensitive patient data under rules like HIPAA, then an open source model that you host yourself is really the only safe choice. But hold on, what if the choice isn't just A or B? What if this isn't a competition at all? The most sophisticated and frankly powerful approach that's emerging today is actually a combination of both of these worlds. This is how you really get the best of both worlds. Imagine this. You use a super powerful proprietary model like GPT-4 for all the complex general reasoning. Then you use a secure, self-hosted open source model to search through your private company documents, and you feed those results back to the main model. It's power married with privacy. It's brilliant. And just when we think we're getting a handle on all this, the landscape shifts again. The next big thing isn't necessarily bigger models, but smaller, more efficient ones. So say hello to small language models, or SLMs. So get this, Microsoft's Phi-3 mini model has just 3.8 billion parameters. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but it's actually tiny compared to the giants in this space. And it's so efficient that it can run directly on a laptop or even on your smartphone. These SLMs are an absolute game changer. They're way cheaper to run, they're faster, and they make powerful AI possible on devices that aren't even connected to the cloud. For businesses, combining a small model with their own private data is quickly becoming an incredibly powerful and cost-effective solution. So, what does this all mean for the future of artificial intelligence? I mean, where is this road actually taking us? Well, the future isn't one single giant AI that does everything. No, it's an ecosystem. We're going to have small models running right on our phones. We'll have multi-agent systems where different AIs collaborate to complete complex tasks. And we'll see highly specialized models trained specifically for fields like medicine or law. It's going to be a team effort. And that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most important takeaway from this entire explainer. It's not about open source versus proprietary. It is not about declaring a winner. It's about understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each tool so you can pick the right one for the task at hand. So the final question isn't which model is the best, but which model, or maybe which team of models, is best for your next big idea. The real goal here is to empower you to choose the right tools to go out and build the future.